And this is exactly why I am against contact sports. For those of you who do not know who this thumb with cauliflower ears is, he's a potentially retired, potentially not, who cares because the UFC has been in decline for many years now, MMA fighter. He's originally from Ireland. He was invited to speak with the press on St. Patrick's Day, hang out with the orangutan Americans call Trump, and so on. There are so many funny moments in this brief video that I want to highlight. Number 1, McGregor rants that the government of Ireland has, quote, abandoned the voices of the people of Ireland. He goes on to say, our government is a government with zero action and zero accountability.
For sure. I'm here to raise the issues that people of Ireland face. And it'll be music to the people of Ireland's ears, because never on the main stage has the issues the people of Ireland face been spoke. Our government has long since abandoned the voices of the people of Ireland, and it's high time that America is made aware of what is going on in Ireland. What is going on in Ireland is a travesty. Our government is the government of zero action with zero accountability.
Let's say for a second that I believe this clown, which I do not, but let's say for exercise purposes that I do. Does this man not know where he is? Does he not know what state he's in? This is astonishing. This is amazing.
Amazing!
Abandoned the voices of the people, zero action and zero accountability? In 1963, the wealthiest families had 36 times the wealth of families in the middle of the wealth distribution. By 2022, almost 60 years later, they had 71 times the wealth of families in the middle of the wealth distribution. The homeless population in America has been rising dramatically. In 2 years alone, from 2022 to 2024, the homeless rate shot up 32.5%. According to the Ludwig Institute, the true unemployment rate for January 2025 is not the 4% that the mainstream media has been reporting, but 23.3%. And that's before accounting for the Orange Monkey and Enron Musk destroying 200,000 federal worker jobs. My point to all of this is, even if I were to believe you that the Irish government has quote-unquote abandoned the voices of the people and has quote zero action and zero accountability, you're talking to a country in which its government has abandoned the voices of the people for far longer and more profoundly. The American government and America's prostitute politicians openly laugh at Americans. Right now, the Orange regime is talking about cutting Social Security and Medicare/Medicaid while Americans do nothing but watch in horror. Quote, our money is being spent on overseas issues that have nothing to do with the Irish people, end quote.
Our money is being spent on overseas issues that has nothing to do with the Irish people.
Do you know how much money and military equipment the U.S. sends to Israel, an apartheid entity that has been rapidly carrying out ethnic cleansing of the Palestinians and neighboring Arabs since October 7, 2023, and before that since 1947? $4 billion for aiding and abetting the IOF, Israeli Occupying Forces, with an additional $12 billion approved for FMS, the foreign military sales. That's not counting the billions of dollars spent every year maintaining the U.S. empire around the world. And if you think I'm making it up, this is directly from the U.S. Department of State's website. McGregor then ranted about immigration in Ireland.
The illegal immigration racket is running ravage on the country. There are rural towns in Ireland that have been overrun in one swoop, that have become a minority in one swoop. So issues need to be addressed, and the 40 million Irish Americans, as I said, need to hear this, because if not, there will be no place to come home and visit. Ireland is at the cusp of, potentially losing its Irishness, and I'm here to raise the issue and highlight it.
Which is poignant for a couple of reasons. This is you working as an immigrant in the US at least 5 times. This is you who rented and purchased homes in the US as an immigrant. This is also you. You know what you should have talked about, Conor? Because you have extensive first-hand experience of this, you should have talked about immigrants who enter countries and commit crimes. And I'm not just talking immigrants who commit crimes once, but again and again and again. In this crime, he got a slap on the wrist because in America, much like in the Western world, the wealthy have a special privilege that the impoverished people do not. There are also instances where he was suspected of committing crimes in his native Ireland. All it takes for this crayon eater Conor McGregor to do is some basic research. Not that it matters, because I'm an advocate for nations respecting human rights no matter the nation. But the main immigrants in Ireland come from Europe itself. The two largest immigrant groups in Ireland are people from the UK, followed by people from Poland. Romania is tied with India, and Lithuania follows. Brazilians, Italians, Latvians, and Spanish all make up large non-Irish groups. I want to be very clear, this video is not anti-Ireland or anti-Irish. I love the Irish people more than many euros and wish freedom and unity for the total land of the Irish, from the south to the north, free from the bloodthirsty fangs and talons of the British terrorists. This video is not anti-Irish, it is anti-fascist.